We are going to be doing a project based on all 7 of the elements of art: color, line, texture, value, shape, form, and space. So if you took art last year, you may remember a little bit of some of these. If not, that's okay. We will be doing one at a time. Either way, the beginning of this project, you will get a square piece of paper. Okay, you can kind of see how big it is compared to my hands. And you need to think of a very simple object that you will be putting in the center. Okay, it doesn't have a ton of details necessarily, something basic. So since we're kind of going into the cooler weather, I drew a cup of coffee because I love my coffee. You could do a simple kind of flower. We're kind of going into the cooler months. Poinsettias are really pretty. You could do a leaf. There's lots of different kinds of leaves falling. I would say you don't want it to look really cartoonish. You probably want to try and make it look a little more realistic. This means, though, that you're just drawing a basic outline, contour line of this, okay? Because we will be splitting this up from the center out, and in each part, this cup is going to look, or your object is going to look a little bit different because it's going to be focused on one element in each little part, okay? That is why it needs to just be a very basic outline of a realistic object, okay? Does that make sense? Also, it must be very light in pencil because this will not be finished in pencil. A lot of it will be finished in other mediums. You will probably have one section that is done in pencil, but that's it. So we want this to be erasable, which means it needs to be done very lightly. Okay, light enough so you can see it. You can see this. It actually is a little bit darker in person. Let me turn the brightness down here. So I'd say it's about that light in reality. But I can easily erase all of this and you will see no remaining lines or indents from my pencil. Okay. The easiest way to draw lightly, number 1, have a regular pencil. Okay. Don't be using the mechanical pencils. For some reason, I feel like they just make darker lines. Okay. So tip number 1, use a regular pencil. Okay. Tip number 2, the more you hold it closer down and are writing upright, the darker it's going to be. We naturally can put a lot more pressure the closer we are to the lead of our pencil. So I often draw by sliding my hand back, and I will kind of draw like this. Okay? So naturally, the more sideways your pencil is, the less it is pushing down on your paper. And so it's going to be a lot lighter than if you are using it like you're writing your name or you're writing something in letters. Okay? So those are my tips. So that is step number 1.